Is it sun bright or out on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to talk/read on Holly and DDG because apparently a week ago they had came to terms on dropping their restraining order against each other. So they came to it before because it was supposed to be extended until like November 5th or 7th, I believe. And so because of that, they got to it a week before that. So at the end of October, around Halloween, basically, it was times and miracles and everything going on around October. Honestly, you just don't know what was going to be just endowed on top of you from the good heavens above. But aside all that, with Holly and DDG, I'm glad to hear that they have dropped the restraining order against each other because that means we are one step closer to peace. Because I sure did wonder that question in my last reading, which I'm going to have to look over now because my thumbnail said it. Will there ever be peace? And little did I know, just a few days later, we will come to a resolve. So I'm happy to hear that like 2 weeks later. So because of that, Mama Crone also left a comment down below. She has some questions about Holly and DDG as well. Some things that I wanted to break down with you guys before I get into all of that. Let's talk about some music that's going on with Holly and DDG. I'm not trying to have any comparisons or beef here, but I wanted to know who sold in albums best because they both dropped albums around the same time. And I thought DDG's numbers were low, but apparently Holly's numbers were also low. So at least on YouTube wise, their streams were just not cutting it. They both were under the 500,000 views. And I'm just like, now come on now. Before, like a few months ago, y'all was pulling in millions and now you're pulling in 500,000. I'm just like, has this tarnished their music business? However, according to Holly, whose album just dropped after DDG, her in the first day in the first 24 hours, she got 800,000 streams on StreamYard, not StreamYard, on Spotify. While DDG in his first day, when he dropped his album, he only got 563,000 streams on Spotify. So that just shows you surprisingly, Holly's album did better than DDG in that sense on the first day, just speaking wise. But however, according to YouTube, I see them running neck and neck on, y'all both seem like he wasn't doing great. So that's why I had to pull up these albums because I'm just like, why does it look like that their albums are not their albums could be decreasing in sales too, honestly. But I just seems like after this whole discrepancy over Halo and custody battles and a public breakup, it seems like both of their music careers took a little dive in numbers. However, DDG did release a song the same day I dropped that video called Break Me Down. It was a great song. And the numbers proved it. Finally, thank you guys. He got back up in the millions. Tell me what people must not listen. I think the reason why the numbers are doing low, I just came to this conclusion. I don't think people watch lyric videos because DDG, his one song, Motion, that one song he just did with Gunna. He posted that when his album dropped, and it was low in numbers. But when he dropped the music video, millions of views. So I think you got to have a music video in order to sell your album. You can't just drop an album. So with that being said, Holly, I will be expecting you to drop a music video soon. Okay, glad we put that one out on the table. So with that being said, I think I finally came down to the conclusion on why their numbers were just doing dismal compared to what they usually bring in. So with that being said, So it seems like they both haven't felt off yet in a way. So that's great to hear. Also, I hear that okay, that was for somebody else. So they do not want to disclose on why they are dropping the restraining orders, but it seems as though they are coming together in terms a kumbaya, which they definitely needed. I'm not gonna lie, they really did need that for Halo's sake. They was such a cute couple too. On top of that, and then just come to kind of demise. But you know what? I'm not here to reminisce on their past life. I'm just going to pull 3 cards. Mama Crone wants to know if DDG and Holly will get back together in the future. Thank you. You're welcome. So with that being said, I'm gonna pull 3 cards. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna pull 6 cards. 3 tarot, 3 oracle. So 3 cards. Is Holly and DDG gonna get back together? Because it seems like there has been some peace, some resolve. They're getting a step closer. That's great that you was able to drop the restraining order. That means you guys are able to at least feel like you're not putting each other at arm's length, like you guys need to be separated. You guys feel like you can come together and be in the same space now. So with that being said, we still have to figure out how the custody is going to go over Halo. But this is one step feet in the right direction. So, okay. Well, I'll pick this one card that wanted to flip out while it was upside down. The Son of Swords. So what I see here of Holly and DDG, and will they get back together in the future? Well, honestly, I'm going to have to pull some cards. Oh, speaking of me reminiscing. I'm getting a yes and a no here because the first card that came out to symbolize them in this present moment is the Son of Swords. Now, this literally could mean that they're having discussions, talks, thought pieces, think pieces about Halo and how they want to move forward with co-parenting. Because like DDG said in the song, we got 17 more years. So can we please figure this out? And he wants to be in his son's life. So this is ultimately all over Halo. Let's be honest. They wouldn't be this entangled with each other if it wasn't for the fact that they had a child together. They would have been off living their own lives if they didn't have Halo. So because they have Halo, that's their common denominator for why they fight, for why they bicker, for why they still have to deal with each other even though they're not really feeling each other. So because of that, all that going on between them, some headway has been made. Some headway has been made. Not a whole lot, but some. Because we see them still looking in the past. Like this Son of Swords in this present moment is still looking on the past. And what do we have in the past? The 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is all about reminiscing. So we know DDG's music has been saying it. I'm not sure about Holly and how she's been expressing herself in her album, but I know that's a whole nother side story that I could do a reading on because she used that album as a form of self-expression. I'm sure DDG did too. But he's trying to boost his career in the rap industry, so he doesn't want to bring it down with sappy love music. I mean, I totally get it. Not saying that sappy love music, there's anything wrong with that, but just, you know, people like to dance and party and forget about their issues. But there are some people that really connect to those words, can really feel for you. So putting that kind of music out for other people to say that I got that kind of talent, I can pull that out of my hat. I'm not just a one-trick pony. So all that's good for DDG and Holly too. She, I think it's her vocals that really sells her album, that no matter what she seems to sing or talk about, it's always going to feel soulful, like it's from the heart, like she really put herself into it. But that's a whole Aries thing, and I'm not here to digress. They're zodiac signs. So because of that, the way their chemistry works together, we can see that right now, however they were in the past, they might be trying to return to it or try to figure out how they can get back on better terms when they weren't fighting and at each other's necks. But that's still going to have to take some more time because I see in the future, which they're clearly not looking at because they're too busy focusing on the past and how to how maybe not to get back to there and trying to move forward, but also trying to work Halo in their lives and their whole schedules. And are you dating? Is she dating? Who cares? Kind of thing. We see the Seven of Swords. It's not the Seven of Swords. It might as well just be the Seven of Swords, but it's the Seven of Wands, which symbolizes a sort of defending and setting boundaries. So it's only going to go but so far with them at this very moment, because there could be still some harsh boundaries set in place. So like I said, while this is a small step forward in the right direction, it's still up in the air if they can really come together, because while there's still a boundary, a pathway cleared, they're still not on the same page. They're still not together. I still always see a sense of isolation, a lonesome tree, a lonesome owl, a lonesome stick dividing themselves amongst the crowd. So because of that, I can't see a coming together. Not one card do I see somebody together with somebody. So because of that, I still see they're working with each other at an arm's length and at an arm's distance, but they're finally able to talk and try 2 years. 2 years. It probably started when Halo came around, but this was still all things that we heard rumors before she even had a child. So you know everything that was going on about him, her, we don't know. So because of that, you know, we got the rumors of the public too, and that played in on their relationship and their insecurities about each other. So it was just a whole lot. So they got to repair from that. It's like PTSD and dealing with trauma. So with all that, you know, they got that to work through too. So it's not just going to change overnight. So 3 more cards to see what they're if they can make peace in the future and come together. We have a door, we have a rest, and we have a baby. Okay, I see 3 yeses. It's like seeing 3 sevens. It's like ka-chang, ka-chang, ka-chang. So what I see here is definitely, yes, they can come together in the future. That this little step of dropping restraining orders against each other was them making the right decisions of what is best for Halo in this situation, because I see a door, which is all about approval, but doors is also about transitions, because you're moving from one environment to another environment. It's like a boundary, like I was talking about here with this 7 of Wands, about them having boundaries that they have set up, but also once they're able to get their steading and footing with each other, they might be able to dissolve those boundaries a little bit more and be able to have a different relationship that's better than what it is now. And why I say that is because the next card that we see after the door, so they're walking through this door. So what meets them on the other side of this door? A rest period. So they just need to take a break. They're just like, okay, we're ready to put the swords, the weapons down. We're able to maybe not talk it out, but at least we can see a little eye to eye, to where we're able to function in each other's lives in a way that parents should be able to for their child. So it seemed like this division was starting to affect how they functioned as parents. So that's when they had to really come to their senses a little bit more of, okay, how are we going to solve this and how are we going to come to a resolve? Maybe they both just need to vent out in music. And once they vented it out, because Holly said it herself, she was just like, once she was able to hear how she felt in the music, it was like therapy for her. She was able to see, wow, that's how I was feeling. That's what was trapped up inside of me. So now that she finally got it all out, maybe she's able to see things differently with DDG. She's like, you know what? I finally figured out how I felt about this situation, and I'm ready to just have a break. I'm not ready to move forward just yet. Slow your roll. Take a break. Pause. Do not put the pedal to the metal. We're going to step hard on these brakes. So that's exactly what I see. We just need to take a rest period. We're just like, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to go to the courts. If we need to, maybe, but right now it's just, we need to take a break and just chill for real. And then I see in their future a baby, not literally again, no. But I see that the fact that they're going to be in a renewal, new phase in the relationship. They had one before they got together, then they had a relationship when they were together, then they had a different kind of relationship again when the baby came in, and then they had another type of relationship once they broke up and had to figure out how to kind of co-parent, but that went to disaster. So now they got to try their relationship again, and that's what I see here with this baby. It's just different phases and transitions, and actually that baby kind of goes well with the door, because if you think about a baby takes time to grow and develop. There's different phases and stages of of gestation. So because of that, you have the first, the second, and the third trimester all happening within 3 months. So there's different evolutions and phases that the baby goes through. So therefore, there's different stages and phases that DDG and Holly are going to be going through as they try to figure out how to work and co-parent with each other in this for the sake of Halo. Because like I said before, and I'll say it again, the card says it at the end, it's all about Halo. It's all about the baby. It's all about their 2-year-old toddler at this point. Got the terrible twos. I wouldn't know, but yes, that's what I see here. A very good positive reading, honestly. I don't even want to pull any more cards. This was a triple yes. So I definitely do see that they're going to be coming together eventually in the future. Not right now, not in the near future, but give it some time, let it rest, but let it marinate. And then we'll see you guys and see how it's gonna work. So with that being said, I'm glad to see that for Holly and DDG. Thank you, Mama Crone, for this request. I really enjoyed it. It was a good reading. Glad I was able to talk that out with you guys. I was going to read DDG's song Break Me Down, but just go check out the lyrics yourself. It really wasn't about Holly, but I felt like it was about Holly in a sense. So that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. It was like hinting at their relationship, about how he was feeling, like it was breaking him down. I mean, he already made a song about 17 more years, and he was like, why are you doing this to me? Why me, basically? And then finally, all the begging, all the music, all the songs, it finally got to Holly, and Holly's ears was like, you know what? This man is singing out to me, singing out for our child. And so because of that, all that good stuff, when you start thinking about a person differently when they try hard. But also at the same time, I'm also curious, DDG, are you trying to get Holly back? I mean, not saying that there could be a baby number 2 in the picture, but I'm just curious. Are you trying to say that you was always for Holly, no matter what the streets said? I don't know. And you still for Holly? Because I have yet to see you out there with somebody publicly, no matter how many times you bring women on your live stream, but that's just DDG style. He's just a chick magnet. So no matter how many times we see you with different girls, we never see you with anybody that you claim, but we've seen Holly do it. So are you still keeping yourself on reserved on the fact that Holly might come back to you? I'm just saying. So with that being said, that's up in the air too, but I will see you guys in the next one. Please leave your comments down below. How do you feel about Holly? How do you feel about DDG? How do you feel about this reading? Do you think that they could get back together? Do you think that they're finally making some peace? Or do you just feel like this is the calm before the storm? Let me know down below in the comments. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. Become a sunflower. It really mean a lot to the channel. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoyed this message. With that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.